Screencast-O-Matic is probably one of my favorite screencasting tools. It's free, it's easy to use, and I'm going to show you today how you can use Screencast-O-Matic to help with test reading accommodations and also as a reading support strategy in your classrooms. So the first thing that you need to know about Screencast-O-Matic is that there's this big blue Start Recording button. When you click on that, it will trigger a Java script that will run. I'm going to click Run this time here, and it takes a moment for it to load. But once it has loaded, it will give you some basic recording tools that you can resize the window and do some basic recording features. One of the things that I'm going to show you today is I've got a Moodle quiz here, and I'm going to show you how we can use Screencast-O-Matic to capture reading accommodations. I'm going to go ahead and click Run here. And I've also got a sample article, and I'm going to demonstrate how you could use this to scaffold a reading assignment. So I'm going to go back here to Screencast-O-Matic. I have a pre-existing recording here that I've already saved, so I'm just going to go ahead and delete that. And now what I can do is come in here to my Screencast-O-Matic toolbar. I can select different screen sizes. You can also see I'm showing up now with my webcam if I have that turned on. I'm going to go ahead and stick with full screen, and I'm going to turn the webcam off. And then I can also go in here and check my microphone settings, make sure that it's picking up the sound of my voice. So let's go over to the test example. You'll notice that the screen reader toolbar still shows up, and I'm going to go ahead and click record now. Question 1. In the spring of 1812, Napoleon Bonaparte, the French emperor, led an army of 600,000 from Poland into Russia, and so on and so forth. I could read that question, I could point out some features of it, and even give some suggestions. Question 2. Read the alternative fuel vehicles passages and then answer the following questions. Question 3. So I can use this to capture a live reading of whatever test or quiz that I might have. This could be a Word document, it could be a PDF, whatever I want to be capturing. I could even be capturing with my webcam. Here I've got this article example as well. I could start by doing sort of a think aloud of the reading and some of the things that I might want students to consider while they read. I'm not going to read the entire passage to them, but I might start by reading the first couple of paragraphs to help them get started. So the title of this article is A Framework for Student Motivation in a Blended Classroom. Student motivation is an obscured piece of the academic puzzle, if for no other reason than it implies that students are inherently demotivated, and that the source for motivation is usually external. So I might tell students that they could right-click on the word and get a definition for demotivated. I might highlight certain text in here and point that out. I can do some marginalia and explain some of my thinking about the article as I'm going through. I might not read the entire article, but this is kind of a kickoff or a way of scaffolding the reading so that students have a way of knowing what they're going to be reading about before they finish the reading independently. So those are a couple of ways that you can use Screencast-O-Matic. Now I'm going to go back here and I'm going to bring up my toolbar. I can use Alt-P to pause it, but I can also just click here on the pause button. So my recording's paused. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go and hit done now to preview the recording. So you can see here that it's showing, and I've got this yellow cursor highlighter that's following the words as I read. You can also turn that on and off. And basically at this point the video is done. I could save it just as a video file, which I recommend doing. So I would save it as an MP4 file and save that to my computer. The other options are to upload them to YouTube and or to Screencast-O-Matic. Both of them work essentially the same. They both host the video online so that you can put a link to that video or embed the video into a website or a Moodle site or Edmodo. So that's how Screencast-O-Matic works, and the ways that you can use Screencast-O-Matic to support reading accommodations for tests, but also to scaffold reading in your classroom, or just create video demonstrations of different learning examples in your classroom.